Peace and blessings to all my kings and queens, my royals. Welcome to any new subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed and you have been watching this channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and Lucky says, hit the bell so you'll be notified of any upcoming uploads. Any uploads that I may have coming up soon. He just took me off my train of thought. Anyway, today I'm doing my very first collab with Body-Culinary, another channel, a very beautiful queen. I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, but I think it's Kwasa. So a very beautiful queen that's in Central America. And the reason why I decided to go ahead and do this collab was because we both are pretty much on the same path. She has access to way more stuff than I have when it comes down to, eating. We both eat alike, we both eat plant-based diets, and we both pretty much care for our dreadlocks the same way. There's only one big difference. We actually do care for I would say 99% or even 100% care for our dreads the same way. There's one big difference though, and that's what's gonna make this collab so cool. I have super thick dreads, and she describes hers as, hold on, let me see, I don't want to say it wrong. Then she has some flats. She started off 2-strand twists like I did. She calls them teeny weeny. Very fine hair, and all the opposite of what my hair is, but we do the same thing. When I say we do the same thing, we don't use products in our hair. We do water rinses. We don't use shampoos. When I say products, we don't use shampoos. We don't use conditioners. We don't use any type of products to manipulate our hair or anything in any kind of way. No gels, no styling aids, nothing like that. We just pretty much wet, wash, go. Rinse, wash, go. Which is something that a lot of people are not into. But when I found out that she did the same thing, I do like T rinses. I might do an ACV rinse every couple times a year. I think she does the same thing. I might do like a little rose water spray or whatever. Only thing is, with her being in Central America, I'll let her tell her story. But I guess what I can talk about as far as like she talked about, and she's gonna edit this video and put it together and everything, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. But the difference in our hair is the density, is how thick my hair is and how thick my dreads are. And other than that, I mean, that's it. And that I'm super gray. However, we care for our hair the same way. I mean, she might use like a little coconut oil. I use, a little coconut oil in my gray area. I use essential oils. To those who are not up on water rinsing. Water rinsing means if you're not using any products in your hair, no shampoos or anything like that, there's nothing besides sebum that may be on your scalp or whatever that you just need to vigorously, rinse, just for however long you choose to do so. A lot of times I'll just lay back in the tub for a while, and then I'll stand up in the shower and just like thoroughly just go through my whole head and rinse. Nutrition wise, she has access to way more produce than I have. She has her own garden, and I don't, so she got a better selection of stuff than I have to really be able to, do my smoothies, do, some of my plant-based meals. And so, but we're alike. And she's, like I said, she's a beautiful queen. She's someone that asked me like over a month or two ago to do this video. I just never had time to sit back and shoot it. I always said that I was going to do it, but finally I'm doing it. And basically, you know, I'm just going over some of the things that I've already gone over. Anybody that's been watching my channel for a while knows that a lot of things have changed since the beginning. I think 9 years ago, maybe 10, around when YouTube kind of started. My hair was not, I had not combined, so my hair was not as, my locks were not as thick as they are now. Sorry, they were not as thick as this, you know. But I started off 2-strand twist. I started off about this length. I was plaiting up on. All of that broke off. All of that's gone. You know, once my hair started growing out, and the hair started locking, that started slowly but surely breaking off over the years. And you know, I'm glad it's gone. I don't believe in coloring my hair. I don't believe in, I would never color my gray. I would never color my hair. I would never put color in my hair, period. I believe in being totally natural. I enjoy this way of living, you know, as far as with my dreadlocks. And
greetings, this is Body-Culinary, and I'm sharing a collab with Queen Abike, who has some of the most beautiful locks, and she has these gorgeous gargantuan locks, and I have very fine locks. So they were started with double strand twists, and you may not be able to see, I just cleansed my hair with water. I just water rinsed it, so I'm actually amazed to see some kind of length, because my hair has so much shrinkage that it seems like it's not growing, but we know the hair is it's always growing. So my hair is super thin and fine. So I've been natural for almost 30 years, and I've done beautiful super low cuts with designs, cutting them and double strand twists and all of that. And I actually didn't intend for my hair to lock. So it locked on its own, and I finally decided to stop fighting it because I tried to pick it out with a safety pin and I lost a lot of hair. And so it's been many years natural and trying to detangle it. I'm just not feeling a whole bunch of stuff on me. You know, I have other things to do. I'd rather be playing with food and in the garden. So I have very thin locks. And again, I just rinsed them with water because I was exercising. And some of them, you maybe see, are so tiny, I really feel like they may break off soon. I mean, it's not even the width of my finger. And a lot of that came from twisting my locks. I don't think I over twisted them. I think my aesthetic was different. But now I'm just, you know, and I've always felt like it's always at an awkward stage. I really love my crown, but it's always felt like it's at an in-between stage. So this has been like going natural all over again. So from time to time, there are pieces that are hanging off. For the most part, I'd let them hang. But I do see where I used to put lots of beads and shells in my hair because I love to adorn my hair, but my hair is so fine and delicate, it didn't like it. And those left really teeny spots in the locks, and they actually weakened the locks over time. So they were double strand twists. I don't know how many I have, and I don't know if I really want to just keep up with counting. At one time I did, but I've allowed some to merge, and it seems like a lot of them, even though my hair is very fine, it tangles very easily. So you can see a lot of them are actually growing together, but I don't want to separate them right now. Being that they're so fine, especially along my edges, I'd like to let them merge so they can be stronger. So if they have any kind of weight on them, I don't think my hair doesn't do well with a lot of weight or just a lot of tension. Like my hair it hurts any kind of pulling or anything. It doesn't feel comfortable. So tight styles and all of that don't work. So semi-freeform or freeform, that's where it's going. Yeah, I'm just in a space of acceptance. So the whole thing with thin locks, they don't look like other folks' locks. And going along my natural hair journey for 30 years, I would see, I've learned so much from folks on YouTube. But my hair never looked like other folks. And yeah, the color is a very interesting color. It's a brown color, sandy color. And lots of things get very easily trapped in the locks. So there's some sprouting off here. So it's so much acceptance. But they grow together really easily, so who knows what they're gonna look like. These were growing together, and then I separated them because I'm not sure how I want them to look, but pretty much semi-freeform, so I'm not twisting them at all. If I was to twist them, being that my hair is so fine and thin, my hair would look very scalpy. So it's been really about accepting another look. So, and I'm fine with it not looking like slicked and laid. Plus, I'm just not really into a whole lot of products. I like a lot of simplicity. So I am concerned about the weight of them. Actually, they feel super, super light because I don't have any products at all in my hair. So there was one time, I've been using natural products for years, and I stopped using even products from the health food store years ago. So if anything, from time to time, I would rinse with diluted cider vinegar or coconut oil. But I did notice here in Central America in the hot sun, when you go out into the garden, it will run into my face, and I used to have really bad acne. Even though I've been eating healthy for many years, obviously all the junk I ate previous years was coming out of my skin, and also not sleeping properly and eating a lot of health junk, right? The upgrade to junk food, but coming out of the health food store, that definitely contributed to me having lots of pock marks and, nice size zits on my face. And it was just really coming out even though I was eating healthy for years.
With, the way that I'm eating nutrition-wise, I found, that I did have like a few little health things going on, and I really wanted to change. So over a year ago, me and my daughter started a plant-based diet, and not to be like somebody jumping on the, wagon of what's in or what's out or what's new and what everybody's doing. No, it was for the health of me and my child. So that's another one of the things that I really, really, really like about her, is that we both live plant-based diet, so we can, I kind of learn a lot from her and vice versa. So she has these very, 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 very thin dreads, and I don't know how many years she's been growing them. I've forgotten. I don't want to just say anything, but they're about right up to here. Beautiful. As far as when I seen the video that she done, I was like, wow, it looks so nice. I don't want my hair to be that thin or anything ever, but it looks nice on her, and I'm sure where she is very high, and that's what works. She wanted to combine or whatever. Her hair is fine, so it would never be as thick as mine. But I know she spoke on having like beads in her hair, and sometimes they make indentations on her hair. With my hair being pretty thick, and I do kind of slide my beads around so that it won't leave any indentations on my hair. Other than that, I'm trying to think of like different things that I haven't already stated on my channel. We both drink a lot of water. A lot of water. Whatever you put into your body is what comes out. So that is one of the things that I tell people. If your hair, even if you live in a very hot place, the water will come out of your skin, your nails, your hair. So that is like one of the number one things you need. If you ask me, what is something I need, to get my hair to just be moisturized really good? I need something. I need to go buy something. You need to get some water. That's what you need. That's the number one thing I would say is water. That's one of the number one things. Eating healthy also promotes healthy looking hair, shinier hair. Just like, a dog. If you feed them good dog food or whatever, they have like good coats. If you brush, take care of them and, give them, plenty of good water. Change their water every day. you know, just like a plant, same thing, you know, as long as you water them and give them, you know, some sunlight or whatever, they flourish. And same with us, you know, same with me. I'm not like some guru or so, but I am a licensed cosmetologist of over, this year would have been 30 years. I'm still licensed. This is just the way I do now. This is the way I teach now. I no longer stand behind a chair. I have been in candle design for 20 years. Next year will be 20 years. And I choose to use YouTube as a platform just to educate people on hair, because as a licensed cosmetologist, I was a color specialist. I did work with chemically treated hair. I did work with natural hair, but mostly chemically treated hair, because at that time, that was more that was in back then. More people were wearing chemicals, and then, you know, when it came down to like making money or so, you know, color was my thing. So I made a lot of money doing color, which means that of course they had to have like shampoos and conditioners and all that type of stuff, you know. But when you're wearing natural hair, I feel that that's not something that's like totally necessary, but only you can totally say, you know, or, you know, your hair will tell you what it needs.
So what I put on my face and my skin and my hair and my scalp is food. So the fresh fruits, vegetables, things, you know, it saves me a lot of money. The pulps and the juices and things that, you know, when I'm making juice or preparing food, I take the leftover stuff, and that's what I put on my scalp and my hair, or water, and that's it. And it saves me so much money. It is so simple. Yeah, it's really, really simple. I had so much marks on my face, and so I'm very conscious of oil and things being in my face, because it's very hot and because my hair catches everything. It really captures everything on it. So it's really refreshing not to have oil on my pillow or oil on the wall, or just oil, you know, in my clothing. And I really like the light feeling. So I've gotten used to what many people may call dry. It's actually just soft. So actually my hair is not dry. It's just soft, and it's hair, and it doesn't have a scent. It just smells like fresh, clean hair. So it's wonderful to have hair that's very, very light. It has a little weight on it now because I just washed it. And so I'm actually, you know, now that I'm looking in it, I can actually see that there's some kind of growth. So I suppose this is going on, I guess going on 3 years, but I did start with some double strand twists. But a lot of it I picked out because it was tangled and I did not want locks, and I finally submitted. So the scalp is really, really clean. And this is with water, but I massage vigorously with my fingertips. I really massage because I like having a clean scalp. I will say though that the shed hair, the color of my hair allows you to see like the little white balls. I don't know if you want to call it, come from the follicle. You can see that sometimes in my hair when the hair sheds, because the shed hair goes right into the lock. So I used to, before I knew what it was, I used to be constantly trying to pick it out. I don't know if you probably can't even see it, but I used to try to pick it out, and then I just realized it's just, just follicles when the hair sheds, so it goes right into the hair. So I'm not dyeing any grays. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not in the mood for any kind of chemicals. And most of the folks I know that have dyed their locks all wind up eventually cutting it because of the damage. So no, I'm not cutting it unless it's like 1 or 2 locks hanging off by a string. Then maybe perhaps I'll cut it because I'm very comfortable with short hair. But it feels so freeing. I don't have to think about my hair, and I don't have to think about food, because the food is, if it's real food, I'll eat it. It's fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and legumes and lentils and things like that, which I sprout. I find it so inexpensive, so satiating, and plus I don't have to buy all of these products because things from the food is what I'm putting into my hair. So issues with thin locks, I would just say I have a tender head. They don't like pulling. Actually, my hair is so delicate. I can run my hair through in here and pop, 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 pop. Just popping off. So my hair does not like to be handled. So I would have to say like freeforming and semi-freeforming has really kind of like has really chosen me, and I'm just accepting it and going along. I'm just going along with the process. So I'm starting to see all different kinds of things and little knots. I used to try to pick these out or pull them out because I was like, you know, tangled hair. But once I pulled it out sometimes and just examined it, they were just very clean. It's just that's how the hair tangles and knots up. So I think if I were to twist my hair, because it's tender, it's not very full here, most likely I would lose my hairline, right? So that may come with age, I don't know, but I'd like to just leave it there and leave it intact. And actually when I go into the sun, some of them, it looks dark now, but they start to look almost white, but actually in the sun they're almost blonde or a bright, almost like the color like the door, and that's just the sun bleaching the locks. So these are my very, very thin locks. I love Queen Abike's hair. It's so gorgeous and thick, but I have really accepted that's just not what my hair is. And I don't know if you can see from the back, but I feel like I'm finally starting to get some kind of length. But I'm just going along, you know, with the process. I don't see me cutting them because it's just, I love the energy of it. I was very concerned because this is so spacey here. Oh, and in terms of flat locks, a lot of them are going to be flat. So whereas they might not have a lot of circumference, especially I can see it more with the ones that have joined together, a lot of them, I think all of my hair is going to grow in flat. So yeah, all of these flatten out because it's not a lot of dent. It's not very dense. So to go from twisting to flat locks doesn't make a lot of sense because then it gets a weird shape, and I really want them to be strong. But definitely, pretty much if I were to wash and lay down, everything is going flat. So again, it's just a journey in acceptance. So, and you just have to accept your own individual hair. So maybe this one you can see more. They're just growing in flat as they join together. And when I lay on it, if it's damp, they just flatten out. So I'm okay. It's like, it's really interesting to see. Yeah, look at this. They're flat. Maybe a bunch of flat locks. What they're going to turn into. So this is how they have come to be, and I am along for it. I really, I enjoy my crown. I enjoy my crown. If it's when it was low, when it was double strand twists. I loved all the different stages of it. So, and again, I don't know how many there are. I don't feel so preoccupied with them, with how many they are. As long as they're healthy and they're light and free, I'm just so interested to see how they grow and how long. And I really wanted them to be this, wanted some length. I want experienced length because it was so short before. So, but I'm going along for whatever it shows me. So when I put it up, I'll pull it back when I'm in the garden or when I'm exercising. All of this is very tender. So again, my hair does not like to be pulled. So these are my thin locks, or I would say fine, because I like to put always positive language. But they're not very thick at all. They're very thin. Some are like super, super thin, and I am in full acceptance. I'm not into trying to make it at this point something that it's not, and it's something so psychologically freeing with just accepting your hair as it comes out of your scalp and just kind of just going along with what it's doing. So these are my thin or fine locks. Some people would say 4C, coarse, kinky hair, so it's tightly coiled, a lot of shrinkage. Yeah, and I'm cool with it, and I'm just really appreciative to have some hair that's healthy and just see what it does. You know, I just marvel at this gift of a body temple right there.